Alright, so how are we going today? Today's project looks like we're doing some LED under shelf lighting. So, a little project for a friend actually. So what we have are three 36-inch heat sinks from heatsinkusa.com. That's their 2.079 profile. And mounted on those we have two Cree LEDs. They're the CXB 1512s, and so we have two of those on each strip. Got 20 gauge wire. We've got some JST connectors there, and then some Kapton tape holding the wires down. They're in series, so each chip is 36 volts, two in series about 72 volts, and the driver is running at 350 milliamps, so about 12-ish, 12.5 watts a chip, and the lumens should be something like 1700. We can look at the data sheet in just a moment. Let's have a look at the driver now. Alright, hopefully you can see that. It's the driver is a Meanwell PLM 25-350. So that is like a 25 watt driver. The 350 is milliamps. And get a little closer. Okay, good. So it's a two-wire AC in, and so for me it's 120 volt US stuff, 350 milliamps out. So the voltage range output is 42 to 72 volts. So that'll fit our series LEDs nicely. What I used to power them was just for plugins. This is from a hairdryer. Actually, I had 3 hair dryers laying around. Who does that, right? So anyway, yeah, 2-wire hair dryers, and then to figure out which one was live and neutral. So you have a live and neutral on the driver, and then so the neutral will have little ribs on the wire, and then also I ran into this, a blue and a brown. So that's in the UK, brown is live, and then blue is neutral. So I'm a low power DC guy, so I had to actually ask about that. So just be careful, And then out, they have these little, there are blue caps that go over these drivers, so I just don't have them screwed in. But the little white guys are just push button. You just stick your wire in, bare wire. The little push buttons will, clamp down, spring loaded, all that. We have some 20 gauge wire out, about 6 feet for my buddy. He'll shorten those up as he needs. I just didn't know what kind of length he needed. Well, let's see him run. Alright, so here we are. They're all plugged in. We got the 3 drivers, the 3 light bars, and so on and so forth. I tested these for about 3 hours straight last night. The heat sinks there's no cooling, no fan cooling them. It's just passive cooling. So they got to, like, my ambient was like 59 degrees, 58, 59, and I saw like 64, 68. So we're kind of less than 10 degrees above ambient. So that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. The drivers got to like 105, 109 for the temperature. So the drivers have little mounting things. So that temperature was sitting on those totes right there. So it's probably not a lot of convection going on there. So I think he plans to like put a board on the wall and just kind of mount these vertically. So I think that would help with the heat on the driver's side. So there it is. Let's check out some data sheets. All right. So here's the Cree CXB 1512 data sheet. We won't be too comprehensive with this, but everything you want to know. So it comes in an 18 volt flavor and a 36. So I have the 36 volts. The color, I have different colors. So as you go up, high colors are more blue, lower colors are more warm white, more yellow, I guess. So 65K. It's going to be pretty blue. Also, what you can kind of see is you get more lumens the bluer you go. We happen to have a I call it 4K. It's, what is that, 4000 Kelvin is the color. And up here, so we're looking at, I think I have, they bin them, so Cree like sorts them, so they have really, so they're all really well matched in terms of their light and color and output characteristics and that kind of thing. So we're in here. I'm not sure which grouping I'm in. I think so we're in here, but so we're looking at, here's your temperature. So you got 85 degrees Celsius and 25 degrees Celsius. 25 degrees Celsius is about room temp. It's like 77 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you keep it cool, you get more lumens. So we're looking at, 1700 to 1900 or thereabouts. Call it 1800 lumens. So for me, I just I don't have a meter or anything like that. I just figure like a 60 watt incandescent is like 700 to 900 lumens. So we're looking at basically two incandescent 60 watts all in one little package. This thing's smaller than a dime actually, so pretty neat. And this is for the 36, oh boy. This is the 18 volt. That's one thing about these data sheets you gotta watch out for. Alright, so here's the 36 volt. Okay, 4K. This is like a color rendering index, I think, so 80, 90 is better, but it's fine. So yeah, similar kind of numbers here. So we're at 350 milliamps, which is what we're driving him at with our drivers and with our so yeah, about call it 1800 lumens, depending on how hot or cold you got. So so that's kind of how I start out when I do like a lighting project. It's like, how much light do you need? How many 60 watt equivalents do you need? And then you get into color and that kind of thing. So here's some more. I don't want to belabor anything here. So here's kind of a little IV current voltage curve. So at 350 milliamps, which is where we're at, if we keep it cool, 25 degrees C, we're at about 35 1/3 volts times the 350, and I think that gets us to 12 something. Type left hand, yeah, 12 1/3 watts, right? So each panel will have two of those, so we're looking at just under 25 watts going to the drivers. Here's a look at your how much light, how many lumens will you get at what current and what temperature, right? So if we keep it cool, 25 C or 77 Fahrenheit, we'll get about 107, 105% of our lumens. So we're looking at, if we go back up here, we're at the 36. So this is the cool number here, 25 C, so 1871. Left-handed. So yeah, 19, close to 2,000 lumens. That's pretty good if you keep it cool. All right, so that's a little bit of what I do bounced around on these data sheets. Another cool thing is, like, the bigger chip you go, the more efficient you'll get in terms of light. So if you have 100 watts, you're putting two bigger chips, you'll get more lumens per watt out of that 100 watts than you would if you put 100 watts to a series of little chips. There's also a cool feature. It's like, so if you underdrive them, I like to underdrive them. So this one's good for kind of fully driven. It's 350 milliamps or so for this particular chip. What you could do is, like, I've done 150 milliamps or 200, so about half, about 50% of what it's good for. You actually get more, you're getting less lumens, but you get more lumens per watt that way. So it's kind of fun. You can play around and so you can get more, if you add more chips to your array, and it's going to run a long time, you'll get more light if they were driven harder. So something to play with. Okay, here's the Heatsink. It is from Heatsink USA. It's their 2.079. profile, so I think it's about 40 bucks. So there, okay. So for 3 36-inch pieces, it's $41.04 before shipping, so that's fine. So the drivers were 48 shipped. The chips are about $4 a piece on eBay. I had those on hand. I had the heat sinks on hand. I had the wire on hand. But we're talking about pretty much 41 plus the 48 plus what, 24? 113, not the cheapest thing you could do, but not bad. And then there's some shipping in to throw in and wire and stuff, so it's fine. So what's cool with these heat sinks is that you can figure out how many heat watts you can put to them and then figure out what your temperature rise will be with no fan involved. So just passive cooling. So you use all the, use pretty much the volume of aluminum you have, and then this is their metric that kind of tells us how to go about figuring out how much heat it can take and how much heat rises the temperature on it. Not making any sense. Here I have a spreadsheet. So there's so they give you the area. So this is the area from heatsink.com. This is my spreadsheet. There we go. And so what I've done is I just split it out between the non-fins and the fins. So basically the base area right here is one volume calc, and then all the fins. So there are 12 fins. So I just did those separately. So here's the volume in inches, and we're mixing imperial and metric, which is always fun. So cubic inches of the kind of the base area was by 36 inches, right, for me, is 7.33 inches, and then you add the fins up, and that's is cubic inches. So you end up with 11.13 cubic inches of aluminum, and then here's your metric that you use from heatsink.com, and then so you get a per watt temperature rise in Celsius. So this particular hunk of heat sink, if I put 1 watt of heat into it, it's going to rise 0.63 degrees Celsius. So there we go. So that's pretty fun. And so then what you need to know your efficiency of your LED. So they use, Cree kind of tells you to be conservative and say that it's 25% efficient. So 75% of the power going to that LED is going to be heat, which sounds like a lot, but there's still incredibly more. LEDs are way more efficient than the old school incandescent, so it's kind of crazy. But so I have 2 scenarios here. Here are my top line here, the 1512 350 milliamps, about 12.5 watts each, a little less. Here's my 24.71 watts each, right? 2 scenarios. So here's heat watts, doing that. So 75% of our power going to the LEDs I'm counting as heat here, and then 50% here. So here's the watts going into as heat going into the heatsink, 18.5 and 12.3. So here's our temperature rise in Celsius for both scenarios, and then I have a conversion. I should really make sure I have that right. All right, we're good. So yeah, so for every 1 Celsius degree, it's 1.8 Fahrenheit. So we're looking at this scenario, 21 degrees Fahrenheit increase, and then this scenario is a 14 degree Fahrenheit increase. Now during my 3 hours of testing, I only got up to maybe a 10 degree. So I'm running a little better than 50% efficiency. So so there's that. You can kind of figure out if you get close on your efficiency, then you can figure out if you need a fan or not. Pretty much, see how hot it'll get. I use the 50% a lot. I just recently figured out that they tell you to use 75% or 25% efficiency, to be conservative. But I like to underdrive my stuff, and I use 50% in the past to figure out my heat rise. So that's that. So yeah, overall pretty fun project, and the furnace is going. So that's gonna be it for this video. Later.